Hi everyone. So I wanted to hop on real quick and just give you guys an update. So far it's been about maybe 5 years that I did my um, long video or started my own business. Today I've decided to dissolve that business. Although I'm going to be going into that same field, the reason I decided to dissolve that business was because it no longer served me. And I made a lot of mistakes that I wish I would have known that they were mistakes a very long time ago. So, excuse me. So it just became something that I decided not to do anymore. So with that said, what I wanted to come on here today and do is just pretty much talk to you guys and share a little bit about my journey and my new business venture, right? Which is going to be including a lot of the things that I used to do. As you guys know, I am a public notary for the state of Florida. I am also a public speaker. I actually now sit on on two different boards for two different organizations. They're nonprofit, so it's been a huge whirlwind these last 5 years. For the first 2 years, I actually volunteered and started speaking um, back in 2018. But for the first 2 years of like 20, from 2020 on, it was just me basically showing up to volunteer fully. There was no commitments, there was nothing. And now I have contracts. I actually work a 1099. And, one of the biggest things that I failed to realize was I'm married and I love being a housewife. I love having dinner ready for my husband. I love baking cookies. I literally just bought the dough and chips and stuff like that, chocolate chips, because I'm doing chocolate chip cookies later on for him. So when he gets off work, he'll have his dinner ready and he'll have dessert. And I'm like this, and I had to understand that not everybody's walk to success is gonna look exactly the same. I wanted to go viral at some point or another. I wanted to have fame at one point or the other. And I started realizing that what I wanted wasn't what I needed. What I needed was completely different. I needed, structure. I needed grounding. I needed love. So I actually worked very hard on myself to get to the point where I'm at. And just so y'all know, don't get it twisted. Like the hood is still going to come out from time to time, but I've refined my conversations. I've also, and right now I know I sound a little off because I have a cold or whatnot. So please don't pay attention to how I sound right now. It's crazy. But right now, what I'm basically doing is just getting ready for 2026. And I started getting ready for 2026 back in August of 2025. And I decided a lot of things were going to change. So now 2026 is here. I'm a tax preparer. I'm a paralegal. I'm actually in my second year, which is my last year pretty much of school. And I've worked really, really hard to get where I'm at. With that said, I want to remind everyone that at the end of the day, your goals are your goals. You have to kind of keep rolling with the days that don't feel so good. You may find yourself in a situation where it's not favorable. And I'm going to tell you this because of personal experience. I had to downsize, not because we couldn't afford it, but because if I wanted to live the life that I'm going to be living or that I am living now, I want to say I had to sacrifice my space. And by sacrificing my space, I decided to downsize not only the square foot in our home, but the square foot of what we own. So now I have a curated wardrobe. Now I actually like what I put on. I am actually going out to do a delivery. And that's another thing. Being independent and having my own business made me realize that I was so much more um, adventurous than what I thought. So, for example, I now have a delivery service that I do, and I also have, like I said, my notary service, my tax preparation services. It's a lot. it's a lot. So I don't expect everyone to be like, oh, she got it all together. I don't even think I have it all together. But I think the most important thing was that I kept rolling with what I needed to roll with. So being in the health field in 2021 allowed me to not only gain the rise in popularity in community, but also it allowed me to secure a bag, right? And the reason I say secure a bag is because I wanted additional lines of income. I didn't just want a side hustle. I wanted additional lines of income, which now I have. I have the delivery service. I have the notary service. I have the tax preparation. I'm a paralegal by trade, and now I'm getting my associate's degree in paralegal studies. So my next goal is to ultimately become an attorney. And people often say, well, you you have audacious goals. In my mind, I've always had audacious goals. This is not something that just happened from one day to another. This is something that I've always been very goal oriented. I've always been very, I want to say, a little bit of chaotic, but I also want to say that with that came experience, and through trial and error came appreciation for what I didn't know. I've learned a lot, a great deal. And like I said, one of my favorite things to do is just be a housewife. But I still wanted to have my own money. I still wanted to support my husband in whatever endeavor he wanted to do. And although we don't do much of a lot of things that we used to do, I think now our goals are completely different as we get older. And I think that me choosing this path has tremendously helped him ground himself and really work harder at his craft. And, you know, I'll be back to talk again with you all, and hopefully the video will be a little bit more concise and shorter because I do want to stay into my 5 minute videos. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Make sure you hit like and share. This is how we're going to be able to create our community. If you like my video, I will be talking about getting laid off, what to do after you get laid off, also how to start your own business, how to create different platforms to gain revenue and cash flow. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. And my name is Angel, and I'm over and out.